God says, listen closely, my beloved soul, not with urgency and not with fear, but with a quiet heart that is willing to receive peace. You did not arrive here by chance, and this message did not appear in your life randomly. There is a gentle alignment happening right now between your spirit and heaven, and Archangel Michael has stepped forward to remind you of something deeply important. You are exactly where you need to be, even if your mind has been questioning it, even if your heart has felt tired along the way. There have been moments when you wondered if you took a wrong turn, moments when the path ahead felt unclear, and moments when you compared your journey with others and felt left behind. But heaven has been watching every step you have taken, including the slow ones, the uncertain ones, and the ones you took while carrying silent pain. Archangel Michael says your journey has not been wasted, delayed, or forgotten. It has been protected. Sometimes God does not rush the process because He is shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what your heart has been asking for. What feels like waiting is often growth happening quietly beneath the surface. What feels like confusion is often guidance unfolding layer by layer. And what feels like stillness is not absence, but preparation. Archangel Michael reminds you that not every blessing arrives loudly. Some arrive gently, wrapped in patience, wisdom, and inner peace. You have been learning how to trust without seeing everything clearly, how to keep going without having all the answers, and how to hold faith even when the outcome felt distant. This is not weakness. This is maturity of the soul. There is a reason your heart is drawn to calm messages rather than chaos now. There is a reason you are seeking reassurance instead of pressure. Heaven is slowly shifting your spirit from survival into trust, from fear into understanding, and from restlessness into alignment. The journey you are on is not punishing you, it is refining you. God says, do not judge your progress by what is missing. Look instead at how much you have grown, how much you have learned, and how much strength you carry now compared to before. You are not the same person you were when this journey began. You are wiser, softer, stronger, and more aware of what truly matters. Archangel Michael stands beside you as a guardian, not to push you forward, but to steady you. He says you do not need to rush what is meant to last. What is meant for you will arrive in the right season, with peace, not pressure. It will feel natural, not forced. And when it comes, you will understand why everything unfolded the way it did. If your heart has been tired, let this moment be a place of rest. If your mind has been noisy, let this message quiet it. Trust does not mean having all the answers. Trust means believing that you are being guided even when the path bends in unexpected ways. God is not disappointed in you. Heaven is not distant from you. And your journey is not behind schedule. Everything you have experienced has been shaping the person you are becoming, and the next chapter will meet you with more clarity, peace, and stability than you expect. Archangel Michael says, continue walking gently. Continue choosing patience. Continue listening to your inner calm. The path you are on is leading you somewhere meaningful, and you will recognize it when you arrive, not by noise or excitement, but by a deep sense of peace in your heart. God says, my beloved child, let your heart remain open as these words continue to settle within you, because what is happening in your life right now is not random, and it is not meaningless. Even the moments that felt confusing, even the days that felt heavy, even the silence that made you question everything. All of it has been part of a sacred unfolding that your soul agreed to long before you were aware of it. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that your journey has been guided with precision, not rushed, not delayed, but carefully shaped with intention and care. There were seasons when you felt like nothing was moving, when prayers seemed unanswered, and when your efforts felt invisible. But heaven does not measure progress the way humans do. God measures growth in patience, wisdom, humility, and inner strength. While you were waiting, something within you was maturing. While you were enduring, something within you was aligning. And while you were learning to trust without certainty, your spirit was becoming strong enough to carry what is coming next. Archangel Michael reminds you that the journey is not only about reaching a destination. It is about becoming the person who can sustain peace once that destination arrives. If things had happened earlier, you might have celebrated briefly but struggled to hold on to the blessing. This is why God sometimes allows time to stretch, not to punish you, but to prepare you. What is meant to stay in your life must arrive when your heart is steady enough to receive it without fear. You may not realize it yet, but the way you respond to challenges has changed. You no longer react the way you used to. You pause more. You reflect more. You choose calm where you once chose anxiety. This is evidence that your journey has been working on you from the inside out. Heaven notices these quiet shifts even when no one else does. God says, stop being hard on yourself for not having everything figured out. Life was never meant to be solved all at once. Each step reveals only what you need to see next. You are not meant to carry tomorrow's answers today. Trust is learning to walk forward with only enough light for the next step, knowing the rest will be revealed in time. Archangel Michael speaks gently now, reminding you that comparison has no place in your journey. Others may seem ahead, others may seem settled, but their path was designed for them, not for you. Your timing is unique. Your lessons are personal. And your destination will fit your soul in a way nothing else ever could. What belongs to you will not pass you by, and what passes you by was never meant to stay. There is also something important heaven wants you to hear clearly: rest is not failure. Pausing does not mean quitting. Taking time to breathe does not mean you are falling behind. Sometimes God invites you to slow down so you can recognize how far you have already come. The pressure you feel is not from heaven. God's guidance is firm but peaceful, never frantic, never heavy. Archangel Michael says that protection has surrounded your journey in ways you cannot see. Some doors did not open because they would have led you away from your purpose. Some connections faded because they were not aligned with where you are going. Some plans changed because a better path needed space to unfold. Even disappointment has served as redirection, guiding you gently back toward what is true for you. If your heart has been carrying quiet worries about the future, let this message ease them. God is already present in what is ahead of you. You are not walking into the unknown alone. Each step you take is being watched over, supported, and guided. The same God who brought you through past seasons is still walking with you now. Archangel Michael encourages you to listen more closely to your inner peace. When something feels calm, steady, and grounding, it is often aligned with truth. When something feels rushed, chaotic, or draining, it may be a sign to pause and reflect. Your intuition is becoming clearer because your spirit is learning how to hear without fear. This journey has been teaching you discernment, teaching you boundaries, and teaching you patience with yourself. You are learning that not everything requires an immediate reaction. Some things require understanding. Some things require surrender. And some things simply require time. God says, trust does not mean everything will always be easy. Trust means knowing that even when things feel uncertain, you are being carried through them with purpose. You have already survived moments you once thought you wouldn't. That strength did not come from nowhere. It was built through every step of this journey. Archangel Michael stands as a reminder that you are not behind, you are becoming. And becoming takes time. Let these words settle gently within you. There is no need to rush through them. Your journey is still unfolding, and what is coming next will meet you with clarity, peace, and a deeper sense of alignment than you expect. God says, beloved soul, there is a deeper layer of understanding unfolding within you now, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. This is the stage of the journey where clarity does not arrive as loud answers, but as quiet certainty. You may notice that some questions that once disturbed your peace no longer hold the same weight. This is not because the questions disappeared, but because your spirit has grown strong enough to live without forcing immediate conclusions. This is wisdom forming gently inside you. Archangel Michael wants you to recognize that your life is not stuck, it is stabilizing. There is a difference between movement that exhausts and movement that aligns. Right now, heaven is guiding you into alignment. That means things may feel slower on the surface, but deeper within, everything is finding its rightful place. Foundations are being strengthened, not hurried. Roots are growing deeper before anything visible rises above the ground. You have been learning how to release control without losing responsibility. This balance is not easy, but it is sacred. God does not ask you to stop caring, He asks you to stop carrying everything alone. When you release what is beyond your control, you make room for peace to enter. And peace is not emptiness, it is presence. It is the assurance that even when outcomes are unknown, you are not abandoned to uncertainty. Archangel Michael reminds you that some lessons can only be learned through lived experience. Advice can guide, words can comfort, but understanding is born when you walk through moments and emerge with deeper awareness. That is why certain paths could not be skipped. They were not meant to hurt you, they were meant to shape you. And shaping often happens quietly, without applause, without recognition, without immediate reward. There were times when you felt misunderstood, even by people who cared about you. Heaven saw those moments. You were being taught how to stand rooted in your truth without needing constant validation. This does not mean becoming distant or closed off, it means becoming secure enough to remain open without being shaken by every opinion or expectation. This inner security is a gift that stays with you for life. God says, notice how your definition of success has been changing. What once seemed important may now feel less urgent. What once felt essential may now feel optional. This shift is not loss. It is refinement. You are learning to value peace over pressure, alignment over approval, and meaning over noise. These changes signal maturity of the soul. Archangel Michael speaks of emotional balance now, reminding you that your sensitivity is not weakness. It is awareness. It allows you to feel deeply, connect sincerely, and understand others beyond words. But sensitivity must be paired with boundaries. That is part of your journey, learning when to give, when to pause, and when to protect your energy without guilt. Balance is not built overnight, it is practiced daily. There is also healing happening in places you may not consciously revisit anymore. Old memories that once carried pain are slowly losing their charge. Not because they are erased, but because you are no longer living inside them. Healing does not mean forgetting, it means remembering without being controlled by what happened. This quiet freedom is one of the most powerful signs of growth. God says, you are allowed to trust yourself again. Doubt entered your life when trust was broken, when outcomes did not match expectations, when effort did not yield immediate results. But your inner compass is recalibrating. You are becoming more attuned to what feels right rather than what looks impressive. This intuition will guide you gently and accurately, step by step. Archangel Michael assures you that what is meant for you will feel steady, not chaotic. It will invite peace, not confusion. It will grow naturally, not through force. This applies to relationships, opportunities, and personal decisions. Anything that demands constant anxiety is not aligned with heaven's rhythm for your life. You may sense a growing desire for simplicity, not emptiness, but clarity. A life where your energy is invested intentionally rather than scattered. This is a sacred desire. God honors it. Simplifying is not retreating, it is choosing depth over distraction. It is choosing quality over quantity. It is choosing truth over performance. There are still unanswered prayers resting gently in heaven's care. They have not been dismissed. Timing is still part of their fulfillment. Some blessings arrive quickly, others arrive when your spirit is ready to sustain them. This waiting is not wasted time. It is preparation without pressure. Archangel Michael says, trust that the version of you emerging now is more grounded, more discerning, and more peaceful than ever before. You are no longer chasing what once drained you. You are learning how to receive without striving. This is a sacred transition. Let this part of the message remind you that growth does not always announce itself. Sometimes it simply changes how you breathe, how you respond, how you rest, and how you choose yourself without apology. That is the journey unfolding exactly as it should. God says, beloved soul, you have reached a moment of inner arrival. Not an ending, not a dramatic turning point that demands noise or urgency, but a quiet realization that you are no longer who you were when this journey began. Something within you has settled. Something within you has softened. Something within you has become steady. This is not accidental. This is the result of every step you took when you did not feel strong, every pause you honored when you could have forced movement, and every moment you chose patience over panic. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that heaven measures progress differently than the world does. The world looks for speed, visibility, and proof. Heaven looks for alignment, intention, and inner peace. And by heaven's measure, you have moved forward more than you realize. You have learned when to speak and when to remain silent. You have learned when to hold on and when to release. You have learned that not every question needs an immediate answer to allow life to continue unfolding beautifully. God says, notice how your heart responds now compared to before. Things that once triggered fear now invite reflection. Situations that once overwhelmed you now encourage calm assessment. This is not numbness. This is wisdom. This is emotional maturity forming through lived experience. You are learning how to feel deeply without being consumed by every emotion, and this balance is a rare and precious gift. Archangel Michael speaks of trust now, not the blind kind, but the grounded kind. Trust that does not deny uncertainty, but walks alongside it peacefully. Trust that allows you to move forward even when the full picture is not yet visible. Trust that reminds you that you do not need to see every step in advance, only the next one placed gently before you. There are moments ahead that will confirm what your spirit already senses. Small confirmations. Quiet reassurances. Subtle signs that you are exactly where you need to be. They will not arrive with force. They will arrive with calm recognition, the kind that makes you pause and say, "This feels right." Pay attention to those moments. They are heaven's way of guiding without pressure. God says, your life is not meant to be lived in constant anticipation of something better in the future. You are allowed to be present now. You are allowed to enjoy peace without waiting for perfection. Joy does not require that everything be resolved. Peace does not require that every door be opened. You are learning to live fully even while growth continues, and this balance is a sign of deep spiritual grounding. Archangel Michael reminds you that comparison has no place in your journey. No one else carries your history, your lessons, your timing, or your calling. What unfolds for you unfolds uniquely. When you stop measuring your life against others, you free yourself to honor your own rhythm. And heaven always works best when you move in your own rhythm, not borrowed expectations. God says, the strength you carry now is quiet, not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not demand recognition. It simply exists, steady and reliable. This strength will guide your decisions, protect your peace, and help you remain compassionate without losing yourself. It is the kind of strength that sustains over time, not the kind that burns out quickly. There will be new connections ahead, but they will feel different from the past. More mutual. More balanced. Less draining. You will recognize them not by intensity, but by ease. By respect. By how naturally peace is preserved, rather than disrupted. Archangel Michael assures you that alignment always feels lighter than struggle, even when growth is involved. God says, you no longer need to prove your worth through exhaustion. You no longer need to earn rest. You no longer need to justify choosing yourself. These truths are settling into you now, not as ideas, but as lived understanding. And this understanding will shape the way you move forward from this moment on. Take a breath here. Let this moment land. There is nothing you need to fix right now. Nothing you need to rush. Nothing you need to fear. The journey continues, yes, but it continues with greater clarity, deeper trust, and a calmer heart. And that is exactly how heaven intended it. Archangel Michael leaves you with this final reminder: you are supported, you are guided, and you are not behind. The pace of your life is intentional. The timing of your growth is precise. And the peace you are learning to protect will become one of your greatest strengths. If this message resonated with your heart, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who may need peace today, and leave a comment describing what part touched you the most. And if you want to continue receiving messages like this, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what comes next.